Welcome everyone. Today I'm here with Casey and Dr. Ankur. We are all familiar in the world with founder pitches, and I actually just got off another recording that we'll be releasing next week where we had 5 founders doing 2-minute pitch, 2-minute pitch, 2-minute pitch. And now we are going to do the investors. Today we have 2 to start, Casey and Dr. Ankur. They are going to kind of give that perspective of why founders would want to work with them. What do they kind of offer? What is their thesis? What is it that you need to know about these investors, their funds, etc.? So we're going to do those kind of like rough 2 to 3 minute pitch for each one, and then we may go into a little bit of discussion after that. So, Dr. Ankur, do you want to kick us off?
Yeah, let's do it. Look, my name is Dr. Ankur. I am the founding principal here at London Real Ventures. We're the investment arm of a media company. The easiest way to describe the type of media is think Joe Rogan, just more professional with higher quality production. We've been around for 13 plus years, and our guests and relationships have been built around Web 2 and Web 3. You think of the industry giant, we've probably had them on the platform. But what is it that we do for our founders and our projects in our portfolio companies is that we bring the founders on to a proper platform, a media platform with high definition cameras, a 2-hour sit down, not a 15-minute pitch that nobody's going to care about. And we really draw the story out about why a founder created what they created, why the world should care about what they created, and what the big vision is for the future. And then we wrap that up with some Hollywood packaging so people want to hear that story. At the end of the day, we combine media and capital. We invest in you like any VC would, but we layer on that value add. And we are looking for founders thinking 10 years plus, not just 10 months or short term. And we want to follow you along the entire journey and help support as much as we can.
Thanks for having me, Jeremy. To everybody out there, I'm Casey. I'm the senior analyst at LOI Venture. We are a early stage pre-seed and seed fund in Vancouver. We focus on, like I said, the first couple of rounds. We're a generalist fund, so we target everything outside of biotech and life sciences. Check sizes are smaller, 100,000 to 400,000. Typically, we're participating in rounds. We don't lead. We invest across Canada and the US. And the big attraction to why people want to work for our fund, there's a few things. I would say the first thing is we're very hands-on. We're a first check-in type company, so we will invest without the precedent of having another investor come into a round. We develop conviction ourselves. We like to use people as references, of course, and be able to get outside perspectives. But of course, we will arrive at decisions independent of what other people are doing with their portfolios. We like to back, very bold visions, bold founders, people that have the right formula for long-term success. So we like to find a good combination of founder, product, and market fit. Along with an appropriately sized market, traction if it is available. We tend to be pretty flexible all throughout. What people do like about us is our partners are both founder turned investors. So my one partner is Ryan Holmes, the founder of Hootsuite. He likes to dive in with founders one-on-one. He's technical by nature and trade, so he will work through the tech stack, work through strategy, operations, anything that can help you get from an early stage company to a growth stage company. We also like to be we like to position ourselves so that we can allow others to benefit from our networks too. So both of my partners have had tons of experience in meeting with investors all throughout the different stages of funding. They know plenty of other founders that have built and scaled and sold companies themselves. So there's always intros that come down that pipeline. Where I concentrate my time is to bridge the gaps on funding. So if we're investing in a company and we look at somebody who say is raising a pre-seed, we try to find other pre-seed investors that can help fill the round. We also like to set up introductions to seed and Series A investors early in their trajectory, just to establish the relationship as well. So we try to be as flexible as we possibly can with the relationships that we develop with founders that we invest in.
I love it. Yeah, I think this is a fun chat to just look at it from the perspective of what investors and funds get to offer and help with founders on the marriage of founders, right? Co-founders are always treated as like marriage, and then founders to investors. It is a long-term journey. It is a 7-year, 10-year kind of long-term journey, right? Equity is a long-term thing. So, I think it's great. The things that you guys provide that founders want to be looking for in people is, okay, you're going to get capital, but you're also going to get some sort of support, right? You guys are well connected. Not every investor is as well connected as you guys. You guys are connected to other investors, which helps for the co-investment, which helps for next round investments. You guys are on connected essentially in media, where Dr. Ankur is a media platform. You guys have consultants and advisors connected to. You guys have great people science that you guys look into. You guys are great humans. These are things that founders, I think, should be looking for in investors. And I think this is just a fun conversation to talk about. Would either one of you guys want to add anything in terms of what founders should look for? Obviously, you guys just kind of like pitched in a sense, but like what conversationally do you guys think founders should be looking for in investors when they look around?
Yeah, look, I can jump in here. First and foremost, I think you need to look at does an investor fit your needs? A lot of founders will end up pitching to anybody, anywhere, anytime. That's a great way to get a lot of unnecessary no's and get burnt out. So really figure out what is it that you need, if you can figure that out, and then kind of find some suitable investors that fit that mold. Also look at an investor's portfolio. Are you a direct competitor? Are you complementary? Is there something that you can do that can be beneficial to an investor that isn't just ROI stimulated, which is what everybody thinks, right? So really do some research before you go there. And Jeremy, you and I talk about this all the time. Build relationships constantly. Whether you are pitching, whether you're raising, you got to build relationships because you never know who's going to end up investing in you. So I would say connect with other founders who have pitched that firm, and then also make sure you build relationships with anyone within the firm. Whether they say no, whether they say yes, continue the relationship. You never know what'll come from it.
Love it. Yeah, definitely a big fan of the whole relationship building that me and you always talk about. I think whether people are looking for it or not, like we need people to start looking at, from founders to investors, everything as this massive relationship. And all of us on this call, I know we are massively for that. But not every investor is relationship oriented as they should be, and not every founder is relationship oriented as they should be. And so both parties, if you want to make something long term, we do want it to be relationship oriented. For all the things that you want to be a fit, hey, is this founder or investor a fit? Even if you go both are transactional, like that's not going to be a good, like relationship oriented is not an element of fit. That's just something that everybody really needs to have if they want to be successful. I agree.
Yeah, on the side of relationships too, I think aside from maybe the top 5% of companies that essentially get funded just by existing because of some prestige that they have along talent or previous experience or something that guides investors to them without them having to pull any triggers on having to go out and circle the bandwagons and advertise for their company terribly a lot. What I recommend to any founder that's in the position where, hey, you need to really promote yourselves is to always be on the side of building a relationship. Whether you're raising or not, I think if you can bridge the gap and just get other investors to buy into you, the person, and then therefore into the company as well, that could happen way before you're deciding to raise. But if people are attracted to the type of attitude and behavior and how you're thinking about your company, then it becomes a lot easier to then get into those investor conversations when it comes time to raise. And then I think too, at least from what I've seen, there's a lot of, I think founders are getting wise to who they want to partner with, right? So if they know that they're bringing something good to the table, they don't just want any check. They want sometimes strategic checks. They want certain checks where there's a lot of activity or proactivity coming from the investors as well. They don't want someone to dump capital into them and be unnecessarily difficult or unresponsive or not a value add. And so I've seen that, across the board. It could be with a basic software company, it could be with something in deep tech or clean tech or in healthcare, where you would imagine there would be more of a strategic focus. And so I think when it comes to finding the right investors, again, like Dr. Ankur said, look at their portfolio, understand what sort of thesis they're running with. See if you can do a review of the types of people that the partners or any one of the staff are like. See what people they've backed before. Get a general sense of whether or not they could be in a position to help you, beyond a check, and look into things like assisting with operations or with hires, or helping with strategy, helping with introductions to channel partners, new customers, potential investors as well. So, founders have a lot of leverage when it comes to that if, what they're building is valuable to people. And so I think run with that.